Yo, welcome back to the show. I'm glad you're here with me for another episode. And if this is your first time walking with us, welcome to the family. Definitely don't let it be your last. Okay. So I'm going to jump right into it. So I was sitting here looking at the world today, and I know it's fresh in 2026. And honestly, I don't want nobody, including myself, to bring no bad juju into this new year. So for a while, mentally, I wanted to wholeheartedly express my POVs of us individuals getting caught into the stigma of having to be quote unquote on 24/7. And what I mean by that is the stigma that says, like, if we aren't consistently grinding or flexing or outperforming the next person, then we're failing. So I believe that we've become addicts to the struggle and slaves to the image. And I'm just over it, honestly. I'm tired. And it's exhausting seeing a lot of us out here chasing the same ghosts, out here dying for a name, thirsty for the followers, and selling our peace for a look at me lifestyle that looks good on the screen but feels like trash in real life. We're so busy trying to play a role for the internet that we've completely lost the plot. We've forgotten who the hell we are when there's nobody left to perform for and the mask finally has to come off in the dark. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If the check stop coming tomorrow, if the friends stop hitting the like on on your life, if that whole little aesthetic you're flexing just evaporated into thin air with a just snap of a finger, who is the person actually left standing there? Are you a real human being with a soul, or are you just a collection of trends and trauma that you've wrapped up in designer? Because some of y'all are really just expensive looking ghosts, empty on the inside, but dressed up for the funeral. And honestly, it's not even all your fault. We've been programmed to live this way, and we've been tricked into thinking that the fit is the person, which leads me right into the first trap we all fall into, and that's the performance trap. In 2026, we've been conditioned to think we only deserve respect, love, or even a seat at the table when we are winning. And I feel like everybody's coming into this new year feeling that way because of what last year was like. But we have to understand we've tied our entire sense of worth to the W. But let me tell you something, when you start letting a bad game or a failed business move turn into a bad life, you've already lost. You're out here thinking that because your numbers are down or your engagement dipped, that you as a human being are worth less. And that's a lie from the pit. You have to stop treating your soul like a scoreboard. If you don't learn how to love the person in the mirror, which is yourself, when they're 0 for 10, you're never going to survive the pressure of being on top. You're just not your stats. You are the soul behind them. And it's time that we all start acting like it. Because if you only love yourself when you're producing, what happens when you're forced to stop? What happens when life pulls your jersey and tells you to sit this one out? We spend so much time faking the win that we don't know how to handle the weight. Then we have to address the invisible injury. And before I address the invisible injury, referencing it back to us, a lot of people don't see your life, what you like without social media. And it's not saying that you can't share your life on social media, but because everybody does it, everybody's falling in line with that stigma of let me post me being a good parent. Let me post that I have a job. Let me post that I still have my job. N To be honest, we don't really give a fuck about that. I honestly don't give a fuck about that, honestly. People really don't give a fuck about what you be posting, what you share, because people who really know the real you can pull up on you and be like, "Now you know damn well," because people pretend or they chase or they flex for so long. People don't like when people call them out of who they really are. And that's just part of it. So I think everybody needs to definitely make time, make space to figure out who they are outside of their career, outside of being a parent, outside of being anything else, because that's what really matters in the end. To go back on track, I had mentioned something about the invisible injury. And this one right here is kind of deep for me because this is like the silent, suffocating struggle that has athletes and hustlers and go getters. It hits them when they finally get sidelined, whether it's a physical injury or layoff or just life hitting you with the wait a minute, being a spectator in your own life is a special kind of hell. We're so used to being the ones that when we're forced to just be, we crumble. We feel invisible because we aren't producing. we're in the house watching the world move on without us. And the mental health hit is real. But nobody, I feel like nobody wants to talk about it because they don't want to look weak in the comments. We're out here dying for a get, like, in my opinion, we're out here dying for a get well text while we're posting old highlights to keep the facade up. And when I say that, it's like even when you could be in a fucked up space in your life, people will put out that they're doing good all the time. And I feel like to be true to yourself is being true with other people. I don't give a fuck if you really struggling right now, whether it be mentally, physically, financial. Be honest, because when people start to see that you got it together all the time, in my opinion, come a time where people are going to envy that in the most negative way. And I'm gonna give you an example. People post like relationships, all these type of things on social media. And I'm gonna keep it on the relationship thing. You can have a happy couple. You see a lot of happy couples on social media. And then when you see that these happy couples have all these things, you kind of think, well, okay, let me look at my relationship. And then eventually, sometimes there are people out there who want what other people have. And that's the thing, because it's not for you. You have to figure out your own dynamic, like for yourself, what works for you, what works for your relationship, what works for your home, for your household, your family. You have to figure out what works for you. But when people don't want to look weak to the outside world, they'll keep putting up this facade like nothing is wrong until you actually sit down with a motherfucker and you be like, dang, all this shit is going on. You had me thinking that you had it like that, and I'm trying to get to where you at. And that's the fucked up thing. People be trying to get to where you at, and you even got it all together, or you got your own plan on how you done got that shit. I just want to work towards what the fuck I got going for me. I want what God got for me with Jaleesa's name on it. Not Sharonda, not Markel, not Johnny, not Shanita, not Laquita, not Samantha. I want what God got for Jaleesa. I want none of this shit that y'all got going. And I had to learn that. Let me clock my own fucking tea, because this is real shit. I was like that. I was literally like, I'm gonna say this real quick and I'm gonna get right back to it. I was like that. Currently, right now, the only social media that I have is my Instagram page for my podcast and my TikTok. But TikTok for me has always been like, I'm on it, then I'm not. Like, I really go in there to find out new things and whatnot. Like, I utilize TikTok literally in that way. Facebook and my personal Instagram page and Snapchat, all these platforms, I have people, a life story basically in the palm of my hand. And they probably could say the same thing about me. Well, we know exactly what the fuck JuJu got going on right now, because there she go once again. And I know what Samantha got going on, because there she go posting it again. And I could be scrolling on Instagram. I don't know these fucking people following this relationship quote thing and stuff like that. But low key, not realizing how much it's really affecting me. I'm following celebrities. I'm following all these people, seeing what the hell they got going on in their life, and I'm seeing what they post, and I'm like, maybe I need to sit there and do that, because if this is making them this happy, then shit, then I could sit there and do the same damn thing. I've learned that I don't want to be a part of an environment that I cannot appreciate me. One, I'm not loving myself. When I put myself in the environment of seeing everybody else, and whether it be a true happiness for them or a fucking facade, I don't give a damn. I want to be content with my fucking self. And if we were sidelined right now, it's not like a death sentence. It's like a required timeout. I believe that we have to use the time to heal the parts of ourselves that we have been ignoring for a very long time while we're doing our everyday. But it also hurts that you never get a chance to build a life outside of your race. Work is never going to change. What 9 to 5 is never going to change. So you have to like make the time to have a life for yourself. Because when COVID hit, I feel like that was the best time, and I wish I would have took advantage of that in a different way. I didn't take the advantage of getting to know me or getting to learn a lot of things. The only fucking thing I did like that was, I can't even say it's so big, but it was good for me, was because I passed my permit. But look at the funny shit. COVID was in 2020, 2021, right? Why I still got my fucking permit? I'm not even joking. If I don't get this shit by my birthday in April, and I promise y'all, like, I don't get it, y'all can sit there and really like do me up. JuJu, like you ain't following shit right now. Like, but nah, I have a big fear of driving. I still have this fucking permit. I really, but I've practiced though. I practiced. I really do need to get my license. Okay, but I back to what I was saying. Like I said, you have to use your required time out to heal the parts that we've been ignoring while we're like so busy on our day to day. I feel the reason it hurts bad to sit down is because, like I said, you don't never get to build a life outside of your day to day. It's almost like you built a skyscraper like on a cracked sidewalk. And now that the wind is blowing, you're realizing you don't have anything solid to hold on to. But we change the blueprint, okay? The last point I really wanted to speak about, which I feel is so detrimental, is rebuilding the foundation. I feel like most of us out here with a foundation that is made out of fucking sand because our entire identity is built on a hustle. It could be on fake shit. And if that hustle, the fake shit that you be envying goes, you go. So if you're all about your job and the fucking job decides to fucking bankrupt or they don't want nobody to fucking work there no fucking more, then you go too. That's why I feel like some people are so anxious all the time. We need to find some hobbies, some interests, some spirituality, some real life passions that have absolutely nothing to do with how you make your money or how the world sees you. I'm a big believer and big lover of your inner fucking self. I don't want people to be perfect around me. Do I want you to give advice and like lead me forward? Absolutely. But for you to be perfect, no, only God is perfect. Ain't nobody perfect but God. I can really support and I can really fuck with people who be like, you know what, today it just wasn't a good day. Or like I have my moments where I be crashing the fuck out because life just in general be kicking my fucking ass. Or because sometimes I be crashing out because I feel like I let myself down. Like, be fucking real with your fucking self because it is what it fucking is. You get what I'm saying? And then that's how you really see people for who the fuck they are. Like, you know what? That's okay. Because you might have somebody that can really relate and fucking help you with that shit. Niggas be trying to hold shit together all the fucking time. Like, relax. Quick thing about finding hobbies. I had took a fucking break from social media. I still don't have that shit right now. I mean, it's no urge for me to do it because I'll use social media in a way where it's like I'm quick to get upset. Not say I'm quick. I'm not a person to get upset quickly. So let me change my words. I don't get upset quickly. But when I do get upset, I'm quick to sit there to go to social media to express my pain. Okay. And everybody doesn't agree with that. And instead, I have decided to take away all type of social media because whether if it's something good that I see, I realize it's also self-inflicting to the trauma and pain that I like, that I have experienced in my life. So I just want to be better for myself. And within this time, I'm learning to figure the fuck me out. Like, I'm figuring me the fuck out. That's what I'm doing. I'm figuring me the fuck out. Right. But right about now, my podcast has been one of the things that I like. But it's been something that I've liked for a very long time. I guess because I'm actually doing it. It's something outside my school, something that I like to do. And I have a friend of mine as well, and she does hair. Shout out my girl Sarah. She is really good at doing hair, by the way, too. But sis does hair on the and sis does a really, really damn good job at it. And I just like use her as an example to show, like, just to tell you guys, like, it could be any fucking thing. But guess what? Once you like something, you'll probably want to do it more, because you get to learn about yourself in the process. And I want all of us to basically have something where that's outside of our element, something that challenges us, something that makes us want to think differently. And I feel like once we, answer certain questions along our journey, that helps us figure out who we are as an individual. Listen, it could even be gardening. It could be meditation, Shit, find something that doesn't need an audience to be valid. You need an anchor that's like so deep, soul, not so, soul with an L at the end, so deep so that when the storm of life hits, and it will hit for sure, you aren't drifting to the sea. Build a life that survives the scoreboard. Fix that and keep the bad juju out. All right, y'all, it's time for the score segment. And for today's score segment, we are going to talk about the validation stat. Okay? Are you living for the likes or for your life? And I just want to talk about that because I feel like people are out here checking engagement every fucking 5 minutes, but haven't checked their own fucking posts in a month. And that's dangerous. Okay. Like, you got to fix that. It's like your stats, it's like if you had 1,000,000,000 likes or a good amount of likes forever that suits you, your spirit is on the injured list. When I talk about the validation stat, I'm really talking about the modern day addiction to external applause. In this new year 2026, this whole game has shifted, whether you really noticed it or not. It's not just about what you do, it's about how many people witness you doing it. And I'm about to explain it and clock the T real quick. I feel like we've reached a point where if it wasn't captured in 4K, posted to a reel or validated by 1,000 strangers, we feel like it didn't even happen, which is so fucking true because people feeling like, oh, if it's not seen enough, that it's not hot. It ain't lit. Listen, you could feel like you have the potential, but if people haven't seen that potential, people are not satisfied. And that's the thing, another thing, satisfaction. People don't be satisfied with what the fuck they got because they're greedy. Stop being so damn greedy. You gotta crawl before you walk now. All right. So, like I said, people out here living their life through a lens, obsessed with the red heart and shit, starving for attention because they be bored. They ain't got nothing else to do. They bored, but see how many people like they photo, who came in the inbox and who replied to the story, who commented, what link they gonna link tonight. This what they worried about. They not even worried about why the nigger naps is keep niggering in the back of their head. But this is real shit though. This is real shit. Worry about you, okay? Y'all be worried about the wrong shit. Worry focused on you. So when a motherfucker come to your fucking face, you can tell a motherfucker about yourself. Niggas, all they have to fucking say nowadays is that their color is pink and they fucking name is 7. That's all they can fucking tell you now. They know nothing about themselves. Majority of y'all really barely have the fucking education, and I'ma be so fucking real. Like validations that like a lot of y'all motherfuckers is really not taking up the education, really. To the like some a lot of y'all really is just holding on to a high school diploma, or if that. And even if you don't have the high school diploma or the GED, motherfuckers is still dumb. World of the in the world of the WWW, World Wide Web, motherfuckers is still dumb. They worried about what was so funny on the post. They worried about when they gonna link to see what the pop out shenanigans. This is what they worried about. And they ass be funky. They not worried about why the sweat is still caked up in their ass. Like, this is real shit. Y'all need to be validating yourselves before y'all like worried about if people validating y'all. Real talk. Real fucking talk. And like, let me give you an example. People who spend like hours or whatever time they spend on a get ready with me video. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them GRWM videos, right? To look like they got their life together, but you haven't sat in silence with your own thoughts for even 10 minutes. That's like, for me, in my opinion, like a fucking soul deficit. Like, people be quick to show the world what the fuck they got going on. You get what I'm saying? And I am gonna hold you. It was a time and place where motherfuckers really just had on the same fucking sneakers. Honestly, they might have the same like shirts here and there, whatever the case is. But motherfuckers, they don't put this shit so much out there on the internet for everybody to fucking see. Everybody want to be exactly like this. Like, honestly, like you really have to wake up in the morning and shit that you drinking whatever the fucking name of the coffee is? Because I don't even fucking drink coffee. I'm really not a tea person either, but we'll just say Lifton. We really do have to see you. No, I just wasted my fucking 5 minutes trying to show motherfuckers I'm drinking Lipton. Like what? Like you better go somewhere with that shit. You know, I can genuinely respect people who just genuinely be doing shit for fun. Real quick, and I'ma say one last piece. I'm an autism mama. Shout out to all the autism mamas out there. Okay. My kids, I really don't put them like I will put them on social media at the time when I did. I will put them on social media, but I'm not the type of person to always put them on social media like all the fucking time or like every day. Here we are sitting in the car. Here they go. You know, you get what I'm saying? Because get your shit together. Know who you are before you can sit there and be worried about who somebody else is and what they got going on. Period. So, but before we get ready to close out, I want you guys to think about something. So, if you see someone on, your timeline living a dream, or if you want to sit there and say your dream, and suddenly your whole, your mood drops, you feel behind in the race that, isn't even real, or maybe you're letting an algorithm decide if you're worthy of a good day. Maybe your engagement dips, or that means your confidence drops down drops down as well, or whatever is. I just want you to know that is a dangerous way to play the game. It's like being a player who only plays well when the home crowd is cheering. Like what? Like why you only good when you at home? You not good when you away? That don't make no sense. It's like the minute you're on the road, it gets quiet, like you fold. We have to be able to validate ourselves when the Wi-Fi is down and the phone is off with no type of like connection. You have to be able to validate yourself. If your spirit is on the injured list because you aren't getting the attention you think you deserve, you've lost the lead. You're basically building a brand, but you're neglecting the human behind it. Like, we need to stop worrying about who's watching and start worrying about who's living. We have to like fix that because a million fucking likes won't fill the hole that lack of self identity. Okay. I just want you guys to know it's fucking time to get back in the fucking lab. Okay. It's fucking time to get in the fucking lab for real. We have to be serious about who we are without everything that we do. Okay. And I'm glad that I'm able to share this because this is part of what Court Talk Soul Walk is about. The rebirth this year, 2026, just as an individual. Don't let 2026 year just be a year you got better. And then 2027 fucking roll up and niggas is doing just 2026 shit. Nah, I want us all to keep fucking elevating. This is New Year, and I heard this for the sermon coming into the new year. It's not a New Year's resolution. This is a New Year revelation. I want all of us to fucking elevate. Do you understand me? Okay? All of us to elevate. Elevate like no other and figuring out who we are. And part of figuring out who we are is with God too. With everything that I said so far today in this episode, everything about finding who you are, you need God because God will show you we are part of Him and we have to like include Him in our life for us to see who we are and for the better, like just for the elevation in our life. That's is everything is through God Himself. Okay. Ooh, child. I felt like this episode was some shit here. Like, whoo, my goodness. It felt so good, guys. It felt so amazing. Like, I'm so surprised at myself because it's just like, yeah, Juju, yeah, girl. But nah, for real. If this episode spoke to your journey or if it's challenged your mind, I just want to make sure, I will ask for you guys to just join by subscribing, for the highlights, the behind the scenes, and more real fucking talk. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is at Court Talk Soul Walk. I just want to let you guys know, keep the scoreboard moving and the soul in alignment. And until next time. Keep your head in the game and your heart in the walk. This is your host, JuJu, and I'm out.